My name is Sandra Watson. I'm a native of Tyler, and I grew up going to church here on the Cut. And my connection to Dr. Young's store is that my sister-in-law, Joy Marie Tilly Watson, worked there, and I would go in and read comic books while she was working, and I would go in and get ice cream or a limeade or a cherry limeade, and she would always make mine special with extra cherries. And I remember Dr. Young was always a kind person, and he was always doing something for the community. Thanks.
I'm Rufus L. Whitaker, and I've been on the Cut ever since 1952. I was here when Dr. Young was over across the street, and I witnessed him moving over to the drugstore, and that was in later years. And I've been right beside Dr. Young in the 5 Point Barbershop for 50 years now. 59 years.
What are some of your fondest memories about the Cut?
Well, this was a place where everybody could come and be somebody. If you wanted to be, and you could move around the different cafes and in peace.
What are some of the businesses that you remember and some of the business owners?
The Green Top was run by Robert Lounge.
Okay, what did they do at the Green Top?
They serve hamburgers, hot dogs, hot links, chili loaves at the most.
How much were the chili loaves? Do you remember?
30 cents. 30 cents. And
anything else you want to tell us?
Well, we had the movies here. We could come here and we could see the Harlem Theater. It was the movie, and the barbershop was on the Cut. Okay. You could come to the 5 Point Barbershop, and then there was La Jolla's that was on the Cut. That was Miss Harris was running the La Jolla's. And later on, they started to, they had the grocery store on the corner of Palace and Vance.
Several businesses.
It was, if you wanted anything, you had to come to the Cut.
Thank you for your time.
My name is Doris Jackson, and I remember the Cut back in the days, coming to Dr. Young, getting those cherry Coke drinks, going to the theater, going to Houseman, getting a good old hamburger, chili loaf. Those were the good old days. That's what I remember about the Cut.
Yes, my name is Jodestine Jess. I'm from the class of 1962. And this used to be the stomping ground for most of us, and all of us knew Dr. Young. My sister, who actually worked here, Gloria, was part of it, but I think most of us as a whole, we made it a point to come down here, and Dr. Young was just available for everybody to come down together, and we used to come here, and as Beverly said, we used to like that butter pecan ice cream. So I would come down here, and of course I would do practically the same thing Beverly was doing, a lot of us would do. We would actually go in and we would read the magazines, and it was open to everybody. So a lot of times we knew what was happening out there when nobody else knew what was happening. And of course all of us knew about the Cut, right? Right. The Green Top. We would always go there and have those greasy hamburgers, but they were the best hamburgers in the world. So I think that about sums it up. This is where we were, and this is where we've always been.
Again, just a little something about the Cut. We didn't have much money, but back when I was going, that was back in the 60s. The girls at school, we didn't wear pants. We wore dresses. You better not dare wear no pants, and you didn't come bare-legged. You had to wear bobby socks. And we come down in the Cut, and we thought we was something when we were able to sit up to the fountain, and we had a little movie theater down here. Yeah. And we had the Green Top, had them greasy hamburgers, but they the best hamburger you could eat. Everybody knew everybody. This was just a meeting place, and I'm Bunny Petty, and I'm a 1962 graduate. I still have my ring, and I still know my school song, and I still love you, Miss Scott. If it ain't nothing up there that much, but what's left is still my school.
That's right.
What do you remember about the Cut? You were telling me some things earlier.
Well, I remember little about the Cut because I'm from the east side and we didn't have very much money, but I do remember coming and getting drink every now and then. We were able to get a drink, and also going to the Green Top, getting a chili loaf, and also coming to the Y. But most of the time, we had to stay on the east side. But we love the Cut, we love the Emmett Scott, and my name is Bobby Ford Thornton, class of 1965.
Hi, Clarence. This is Judy Macmillan Holman, class of 1964, born 2 blocks from the Cut, and remember quite well the pharmacy, Dr. Young's place. And I tell you what, if you know anything about Dr. Young's pharmacy, you know about the pink medicine. It cured everything, all ills, all colds, babies to adults. And that was the place to be for the cherry Coke and the lemon lime. That is a tradition. It meant more to us to be at Dr. Young's place. And we are just so grateful this has occurred. Thank you.
Wait, could you tell us some other things that were going on around the Cut?
Around the Cut? Oh yeah, the Harlem Theater, okay. The roller skating rink. Oh, and don't forget the Green Top with the nice greasy burgers that everyone adored. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. Who you are and what you remember about the
Okay, go with Shirley so we can get through.
We're rolling.
Jetty.
Yeah,
my name is Jetty
so
Freeman Edwards, and I am a 1954 graduate of Emmett Scott. And I knew Dr. Young very well. In fact, I worked for him 4 years, and so did all of my sisters. And I remember Johnson's store across the street, the steakhouse, and before that was a skating rink, it was a movie theater. We had 2 movie theaters down here, and they closed that one.
And that's when they got the Harlem?
No, the Harlem was already open.
Okay.
But they closed, I've forgotten the name of it, a man named Mr. LaHour owned it.
Okay.
And he sold the building, and they opened the skating rink.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you remember when that building was called the Caramoo? The Caramoo Center. And B.B. King came up there?
Yes. That was after I left here.
Yeah, B.B. King and Johnny Taylor and all of the well-known blues singers came and performed up there. The Caramoo building. Yes, do you remember?
Hi, my name is Dr. Shirley McKellar, and I am a graduate of Emmett Scott High School, and it is so excellent to see all these great Scotties here today back in East Texas and Tyler, Texas. And we're standing here on the Cut, which is an excellent memorial of Dr. Noble Young, who was our pharmacist in the community. Dr. Young was an excellent resource for everybody, and I even have learned so much about all the great things that Dr. Young did here for so many different people in the community, and his life and his legacy still lives on. He was a medical person that I looked up to, a pharmacist, because I was always interested in chemistry and medicine. So Dr. Young was a great resource person. And I want to say to all the Scotties and to you out there that I am running for U.S. Congress in District 1, and I'm asking for your vote and your support to send a person to Washington, D.C. that's going to bring about a real change in this nation, in East Texas, and in this community. Thank you so much. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America and all of these great Scotties that are here in Tyler, Texas this weekend. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mary Jones Lee. I was the Jones in high school. I went to Emmett Scott Senior High School. My sister used to work for Dr. Young here at the pharmacy for years. And this Cut has been our home stomping grounds. All of these areas around here, and I'm so happy to return here. I live in Los Angeles, California now, but all the Scotties in our area, a lot of them are here. And we just want to wish Tyler well, because this is home. Wherever you go, you always come back to your roots. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Richard Williams. Emmett Scott High School graduate, class of 1949. That was the last class of the old Emmett Scott High School on Border. This is the Cut. Don't look like it did in 49, but we had a lot of wonderful fun down here. Dr. Young, houseman over at the old Green Top, played an important role in the life of a lot of Scottish during those days. And all I can say is I'm thankful to see that someone had the initiative to come up with this idea. I think it's a wonderful idea. And may God bless all the Scottish. Thank you.
My name is Alvin Stevens, class of 1950. Dr. Young was an inspiration to me from the time that I met him, because he was the first person that was a doctor to me. I think I had pneumonia, and of course we didn't know the doctors at the time, and so my mom would come to Dr. Young. Dr. Young was probably the best doctor in the city. Gave me my first penicillin pill for what we called pneumonia at that time. Probably was the cause that I went down to Texas Southern University and became a pharmacist. I think he inspired, probably from my era, about 5 guys to go and be a pharmacist. I loved him. He also was a member of my fraternity. He was a Kappa. He was in the Kappa fraternity, a lifetime member. I remember so much about him that it's probably take a little too long to tell. Thanks a lot.
Some of this action over here.
Hi, my name is Gerald McKellar, class of 1968, Emmett Scott Bulldogs, and we're here today to celebrate the opening of a new facility on an area we used to call the Cut. Cut is close and dear to my heart. Had a lot of very memorable occasions here, especially here at Dr. Young's, where he shared all of his medical secrets with us, kept us well and alive. And we'd just like to say thank you so much. Also giving a shout out to the YMCA, where we went 15-0 as a baseball organization, youth organization way back in the day. So in honor of all those who came before us and paved the way, thank you so much.
And this clearly is our history, and Dr. Young played a major role in it. He influenced so many people in the career choices that we took. I was sharing with the reporter yesterday as well that an unusually high number of Scotties received pharmacy degrees as a result.
I mean, you had to have inventory. So many people couldn't buy this. That's right, a lot of them. That's right. And he hoping with that. Yeah. And we all hoping. But they
I was privileged to be born a few blocks from here, grew up in this community. Yeah, thank you there. We'll vote for you next time. And we all gathered here at Dr. Young's place, we call the Cut, and I'm so happy to see all these little Scotties and all Towlites and Towlites who were here. And the Cut's Corner. And at sanctified churches then, we would take up offerings, and they would take so long taking the offerings, we would slip out of the church. We would come down here, Doc, and get a cherry coke, an ice cream cone, get back to the church, they'd still be taking up the offerings. And it was always a great life in North Tower. But the only thing I regret is Doc did his job, but we didn't have no one to take his place.
That's right.
To me, that's the great tragedy of the whole thing. So we invite you also, if you can, tomorrow.